Shalom, giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem. Wakakadash, double honors unto the elders and apostles, the great most and well, and Shalom to the 144,000 elect men of the nation of Israel and the rest of the elect destined to be saved. On the brother Caleb from the GMS England Model Forecasters Camp, back with another lesson to help edify those of which I spoke of, the elect. I like to always begin by saying that we are the real Hebrew Israelites, and the real Israelites are ye so-called Negroes, Latinos, Hispanics, Native Americans, West Indians, West Africans predominantly. But you will find Israelites that do look like the other nations because we've been scattered among all the nations through our various captivities. But if your seed line by your forefathers goes back to the man in the Bible that was named Israel, then you too are an Israelite, because Numbers chapter 1 and the 18th verse tells you that your nationality is determined by the lineage of your forefathers. So I was just reading this article here. Let me get into it. It's from the Mail Online. Basically, it's about these heathens being heathens yet again. It says Vietnamese restaurant that killed 300 cats a month to make cat soup closes for good. That's some fucking mad shit, man. Let's read it. So this is published about a week ago on the 23rd of December. It says the owner was given a one-time grant by a charity to start a grocery instead. An estimated 1 million cats are killed for meat in Vietnam each year. A restaurant that drowned 300 cats a month to fuel Vietnam's cruel meat trade has been closed for good. The Gia Biao restaurant in Thai Nguyen City in the country's northeast ran a lucrative trade in selling cats, including stolen pets, drowned in a bucket one after another. For 5 years, Pham Quoc Donna, 37, ran the establishment after struggling to feed his family, selling other normal food and drinks. It was then I tried selling cat meat, since there is no other available restaurant serving this in the area, he told Metro. Dona reached out to the Humane Society International, campaigning to ban the trade in Vietnam, who offered him a one-time grant to start up a grocery store instead. Let favour be shown to the wicked, and they will not learn righteousness. On December 6, he symbolically tore down the banners outside his slaughterhouse and restaurant and began a new life. For a while now, I felt a genuine desire to leave the cruel cat meat business and switch to something else as soon as possible. When I think of all the thousands of cats I've slaughtered and served up here over the years, it's upsetting, he said. Probably more upsetting for the owners who you stole the cats from. Cat theft is so common in Vietnam that I know many of the cats sold here was someone's loved family companion, and I feel very sorry about that. An estimated 1 million cats are killed each year for their meat in Vietnam, according to the charity, despite 71% of the population favouring a ban. Pham Quoc Don symbolically took down the sign outside of the eatery after receiving help from the HSI. As many as 1 million cats, many pets and strays are taken each year for the meat industry. So you can't trust nobody out here, man. This is a very wicked world, man. If you've got pets, you've got to have a keen eye over them, because it's kind of like having children, man. Someone will have their eye on them and be looking to kidnap them and destroy them. Essentially, they do it with children. They do it with pets. It's a sad, sad world we live in. Many pets and a large number of strays are stolen to feed the demand for the lucrative trade of cat meat, believed to have aphrodisiacal properties in some parts of the world. Cat meat is cooked in all sorts of dishes, including stews, fried and grilled forms. Polls show that an astonishing 87% of people have either had a pet stolen or have had an acquaintance whose pet has been stolen in Vietnam. Law enforcers are struggling to crack down on pet theft as cats and dogs are increasingly stolen and trafficked to feed demand in a small but high-spending market. In 2018, agents intercepted 9 cooler boxes containing almost 1 ton of frozen cats traveling between Dong Nai province in the south and Thai Binh province in the north. Through their Models for Change program, the HSI helped save 20 cats and kittens from being drowned at the slaughterhouse in Vietnam. The scheme was launched last year after finding success in South Korea since 2015, which recently announced plans to ban eating dogs by 2027. Look, man, these heathens are off. You're not supposed to be eating cat meat. You're not supposed to be eating dog meat. You're not supposed to be eating rabbit meat or pork, which is pig meat, camel meat, lobster meat, crab meat, mouse meat, rat meat. You know, not everything is fucking meant to be put in your mouth, man. Not everything is supposed to be consumed. You know, all the creatures have their natural purpose. Every creature on this planet has its purpose. But not every creature's purpose is to be consumed by humans. Anyway, I'll get some precepts in a minute. Let me read this more. They said Donald was got in touch after they worked with a local dog meat restaurant owner seeing a way out of the business. HSI rescuers moved traumatized cats from the Thai Nguyen property on the final day of business and watched as dogs tore down the restaurant's cat meat signage. The cats have since been vaccinated and treated before they can be put up for local adoption and rehomed. Yeah, let's just hope that they don't end up in the hands of another restaurant owner, because he's not the only one. Quan Nguyen, Humane Society's International Vietnam Companion Animals and Engagement Program Manager, said, "We are thrilled to be closing down our first cat meat trade business in Vietnam. We hope it will be the first of many, as more people like Mr. Don turn away from this cruel trade." The former owner has gone on to open his own shop selling goods to his local community, HSI confirmed to Mail Online today. Mr. Donner told us he was eager to find a way to provide for his family that didn't mean he had to kill animals because he couldn't bring himself to do it any longer, a spokesperson said. Okay, so you repented. And he also told us that he hopes when the news gets out that other dog and cat meat traders will feel inspired to do the same, and that his actions contribute to Vietnam ending the cruel trades altogether. Yeah, sad stuff. Although most Vietnamese people don't eat cat meat, the belief still persists that consuming can cure bad luck, and the scale of the suffering is astonishing. These 20 lucky cats and kittens have escaped a terrible fate and will be found loving homes, but our work continues to see a nationwide ban on the cat meat trade that brings such pain and distress to so many. HSI will continue to work with dog and cat traders to help them leave the industry while working with local authorities on activities aimed at reducing the trade and raising public awareness about disease risks associated with animal trafficking and slaughter. Let's see if there's any comments on this. Any comments? Boy, you make it hard to find them. 861 comments. Let's see what it says. Why is it acceptable to kill and eat chickens and lamb but not a cat? That's what Alison 1 says. Well, the answer's in the scriptures. Let's go to the scriptures. 15th chapter, is it? Let's check. Leviticus 15. No, that's not the one. Maybe it's Leviticus 5th chapter. No, that's not the one. Nope, 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 nope. Nope, nope. Alright, let me find it. Bear me a second. Okay. So this is Leviticus 11th chapter. This gives you the dietary law. And Yahweh spake unto Moses and Aaron, saying unto them, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, These are the beasts which ye shall eat among all the beasts that are on the earth. Whatsoever parteth the hoof, and is cloven-footed, and cheweth the cud among the beasts, that shall ye eat. Nevertheless, these shall ye not eat of them that chew the cud, or of them that divide the hoof, as the camel. So the camel's off, because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof, he is unclean unto you. And the coney, because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof, he is unclean unto you. See, certain animals are unclean and not supposed to be consumed. Now, there's no difference between eating a camel or eating a rabbit, in the sense that they're all unclean, or even eating pork. I mean, pork is something that's visibly, pigs are something that are very visibly unclean, and you can see by their nature that they're unclean. But really, if it's considered unclean according to the law, it's all unclean. So you can't say eating a camel is worse than eating a pig, because according to the law, they're both off. So you're not supposed to consume that, right? And the hare, so you don't eat no rabbit, because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof, he is unclean unto you. And the swine, because though he divideth the hoof, and be cloven-footed, yet cheweth not the cud, he is unclean unto you. There you go. Of their flesh shall ye not eat, and of their carcass ye shall not touch, they are unclean unto you. These shall ye eat of all that is in the waters, and whatsoever have fins and scales. So again, you can't just eat anything that comes out of the sea. You know, it needs to have fins and scales. So I don't believe you should be eating any squid, lobsters, crabs, jellyfish, crayfish. Crayfish, I think that does have fins and scales. Forgive me if I'm mistaken. But prawns off, shrimps off. I've already said crabs, lobsters, octopus. Eating an octopus, man. But people will do that and not act like it's a delicacy, something to be revered and to look something desired. But it's not. All these things are off, man. So let's read it, verse 10. And all that have fins and scale, and all that have not fins and scales, in the seas and in the rivers, of all that move in the waters, and of anything which is in the waters, they shall be an abomination unto you. They shall be even an abomination unto you. Ye shall not eat of their flesh, but ye shall have their carcasses in abomination. Whatsoever have no fins nor scales in the waters shall be an abomination unto you. There you go. So, and these are they which ye shall have in abomination among the fowls, meaning the birds. See, you can eat chicken, but you can't eat no vultures. We'll get into it. They shall not be eaten, they are an abomination. The eagle and the ostrich and the osprey, and the vulture and the kite after his kind. Every raven after his kind, so you can't eat no raven meat. And the owl, you can't eat owls. And the nighthawk, and the cuckoo, and the hawk after its kind, and the little owl, and the cormorant, and the great owl, and the swan, and the pelican, and the gier eagle, and the stork, and the heron after her kind, and the lapwing, and the bat. So you can't be eating no bat. And a lot of them Moabites love to eat their bat soup. Absolute madness, man. So it says, and yet these may ye eat of every flying and creeping thing that goeth upon all fours, which have legs above their feet to leap withal upon the earth. Even these of them ye may eat. So ye can eat locusts. John the Baptist did that. He ate locusts and wild honey after his kind, and the boiled locust after his kind, and the beetle after his kind, and the grasshopper after his kind. For all other flying, creeping things which have 4 feet shall be an abomination unto you. For these ye shall be unclean. Whosoever toucheth the carcass of them shall be unclean until the even. And whatsoever birth aught of this carcass of them shall wash his clothes and be unclean until the even. The carcasses of every beast which divideth the hoof, and is not cloven-footed, nor cheweth the cud. So, dogs and cats, they're not cloven-footed, nor do they chew the cud, are unclean unto you. Everyone that toucheth them shall be unclean. And whatsoever goeth upon his paws among all manner of beasts that go on all 4, these are unclean to you. Whosoever toucheth their carcass shall be unclean, even to the evening. So that guy serving up all that dog meat and cat meat, he's making himself unclean. And the people who eat it are making themselves unclean. That's why Israel needs to be set back up in rulership, because when we're in authority, none of these madnesses are going to be happening. The nation's going to be eating appropriate foods in accordance with the law, and all this madness is going to be put out of the earth. So reading on, these also, verse 29, Leviticus 11:29, these also shall be unclean unto you among the creeping things that creep upon the earth, the weasel, and the mouse, and the tortoise after his kind. It reminds me of when I was younger, and I used to be into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. One of the common things that Shredder would say, Shredder being the enemy of the Ninja Turtles, would be, tonight I dine on turtle soup. Well, you're not supposed to be dining on no turtle soup, because it says you're not supposed to eat the tortoise here after their kind. And the ferret, and the chameleon, and the lizard, and the snail, and the mole. So a lot of those French people, they love cooking up and serving snails. Again, they call it a delicacy. It's fucking disgusting and abominable. You're not supposed to eat that. It says, these are unclean to you among all they that creep. Whosoever doth touch them when they be dead shall be unclean until the evening. And upon whatsoever any of them when they are dead doth fall, it shall be unclean, whether it be any vessel of wood or raiment or skin or sack, or whatsoever vessel it be, wherein any work is done, it must be put into water, and it shall be unclean until the evening, so that it shall be cleansed. And every earthen vessel, wherein any of them falleth, whatsoever is in it shall be unclean, and ye shall break it. Yeah, so that's pretty much that, man. So, we need to get out of this place. We need deliverance, because you can't even have pets here, pets in this world, safety without the fear of someone trying to kidnap your pet, and be serving it up in a restaurant. Don't think that only happens in Vietnam, man. That happens everywhere, man. People's pets go missing all the time, never to be seen again, and God only knows what happens to them. So yeah, that's it on that. So with that, I'm going to close out, giving once again all praises, honor and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakodash. Double honors unto the elders and apostles, great ones done it all well. Shalom to 144,000 elect men of the nation of Israel, and the rest of the elect destined to be saved. And I'll catch you on the next lesson, Lord willing. Shalom for now.